Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming 4 looks with 4 different indie palettes. So if you guys want to see swatches, if you want to hear my thoughts on each of these palettes, in case you were curious about them, then just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. If you're a returning subscriber, hello. I love to chat about tan girl friendly makeup and especially indie makeup. And I'm also low-key obsessed with indie eyeshadow palettes. So if you love to see new eyeshadow palettes, if you like to get makeup inspiration, this is the place for you. Highly recommend subscribing to my channel. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm sure you can tell I have 4 palettes. These are relatively new. Some of them I've had for some time, but I thought that I would go ahead and create 4 different looks with each of the palettes because they all deserve their moment. And I did get all of these in PR, so I really just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on each of these. So let's just go ahead in the order that I filmed. The first palette is Fearles Holiday by Dede Signature, and this is their holiday palette. I feel like I heard so many other palettes that launched this season being compared to this one, and I mean, maybe you see it. I personally think that every palette is a snowflake and each of them is just a little bit different in every single way, and so for me, I can never have too many. Truly an eyeshadow lover, collector, and I think about eyeshadow way too much, so I can never have too many. But I know this palette was super duper popular. I believe I saw quite recently that it is sold out. I'm not really sure about restocks or anything like that, but I will put all of the information in the description box where you can find it. I also have a discount code with Dede Signature, so I'll put all of that information in the description box if you guys are curious. I will say I have had many Dede Signature palettes, and it's really fun when you start working with a brand kind of from where they start, because you can really see the evolution of a brand, and I feel like this is now like their pinnacle palette. I feel like this packaging is beautiful, the layout's beautiful, the quality has come so far. We've got a nice mirror in here, and yeah, overall I think they did a really good job. I definitely think that they could use a little elevation in the art on the packaging. That's definitely something I would love to see them improve, but overall, to me, what matters the most is what's on the inside of the palette, so just keep that in mind. I do have close-ups and swatches of every palette, so let's go ahead and take a look at the swatches and close-ups of the Dede Signature palette. So as you can see, this is a 20 pan palette, and each row kind of has its own color story. I will show you guys the look I created with this palette, and I tried to use the shades that were a little bit different. I tried to combine something that maybe wouldn't strike you as holiday right away, but we have Sprinkles, which is a beautiful orange shimmer, Pumpkin Patch, which is a matte orange, Cinnamon Toast is like a burgundy shimmer shade, we've got Cosmos, it's like a burgundy purpley shade, Pansy is a beautiful dark purple, Chai Latte is a beautiful gold shimmer, Unusual is a pretty teal, Winter Sparks is a beautiful aqua like blue shimmer, Cold Weather is a cool tone gray blue, Dark Winter is a beautiful dark teal shade, Moody Autumn is one of those beautiful duochromes that's like a purple to brown kind of shade, Saddle is a beautiful matte brown, Fun Filled is a beautiful sparkly green, Forest Hues is a beautiful muted, pukey kind of green shade. We have Cypress Trees, which is a dark green. Cocoa is a beautiful chocolate brown shade. Holiday Flavor is a bright red. We've also got Festive, which is a beautiful red shimmer. Soft Phase is a beautiful matte color, a bone color. And then we have Fireplace, which is a beautiful matte red. So that is how the palette breaks down. I can't remember how much this palette costs, but I'll try and put as much information as I can in the description box. So those are kind of my thoughts and swatches on the Dede Signature palette. The next palette I used is Frozen Kiss, and this one is actually launching today on the Gourmande Girls website. So this is their holiday release, and it's super cute. very different from what I'm used to seeing with Gourmande Girls. This is definitely one of their more moody palettes, and I believe this was designed by Doodles by the Bunny, and I'm not exactly sure like if it was a collaboration. I think it's more of just like they work on it together. So I think it's beautiful, and the packaging's super beautiful. There is a little blurb on the back here with all of the ingredients and that it's vegan and has a 12-month shelf life and everything like that. So again, I'm not 100% sure what the cost of this palette is, but it is launching today. And again, I do have a code with Gourmande Girls as well. So let's roll into close-ups and swatches. So this is a 14 pan palette, and it's got some beautiful holochromes, beautiful marbly shadows, as well as multichrome. So we have the shade Crystal, which is like a goldy, greeny, purpley blue kind of shade. Snow Flurries is a beautiful minty blue-green. Cold Snap is a beautiful purple. Beaute is a beautiful holochrome shade. We also have Winter Tide, which is a beautiful cool tone blue. Thaw Out is a mauve. Frostbite is a beautiful purple. Winter Romance is a beautiful muted, like pastel-y periwinkle shade. Snow Globe is such a stunning shade. It's one of those marbly shadows. Dewdrop is another holo. And then we have Frosted Kiss, which is a beautiful muted kind of brown. Winter Green is a beautiful muted green. Blue Star is a beautiful multichrome that's like the blue purpley one. And then Solstice is a beautiful dark brown shade. So this palette does have a good mix of light and dark shadows. And like I said, it's just a fun frosty palette for the holiday season. So I'm super excited to be creating a look with this one as well. Next is the Sundown palette from Alter Ego. This one launched yesterday, so hopefully you guys got your hands on this. This one's going to retail for $24, and the price point is amazing. Again, I'm going to show you guys swatches and close-ups of this palette. I really thought this palette swatched horribly, so I had very low expectations of how it was going to perform on my eyes. I think you guys are going to be very pleasantly surprised, as I was too. And so let me show you guys the shades quick. So Calm is a peachy shade, Edge is a brown, Luster and Farewell are shimmers. Solar is the shade I used on the crease, and it was so beautiful, just like a true brown. Afterglow, Firefly, and Glaze, and also Horizon, I think, are all shimmers. Eve is a beautiful kind of neutral brown. Warmth is a beautiful light brown shade. Amber and Prism and Twilight are also lightly shimmery, I think. Actually, I think, no, Twilight's kind of like a satin. Never mind. And then Shadow is a beautiful dark black. So again, I really think the swatches of this palette don't do it justice at all, but I do all my swatches the same way. I just swipe it on my bare arm, and I don't usually build them up because ain't nobody got time for that. So I just kind of swatch them really quick on my arm. And so yeah, I can't wait to show you the look because I was pleasantly surprised. Last but certainly not least is the collaboration palette between Cleona and Bad to the Brow. I have 4 other indie palettes that I was debating including in this video, and my Instagram fam came through and they voted for me to include this palette in my 4 looks, 4 palettes video. So that was pretty fun. I like to do some audience participation over there whenever the thought strikes me. But this collection consists of a few other pieces. So we have the beautiful palette. We also have this shimmer shadow enhancer, which I used today. We have this cute brush set, and we also have 3 nail polishes that are a part of this launch. I really want to take one of these to the nail salon and get my nails done with these shades because they're so cute, and Cleona makes such good nail polish. I actually got to make nail polish with Maggie and Leah from Clionadh at the New Orleans trip, Creators and Friends. That was so fun because I've been a lover of their brand for so long. So the entire collection retails for $101.74. You can just get the palette for $65.40. $14.53 for the nail polish set, and then the shimmer enhancer is $13.80, and the brushes are $171, and I believe those are all in US dollars, I'm pretty sure. And I will go ahead and again link everything down below in case you guys are curious. So hopefully you guys are seeing the swatches of everything while I'm chitty-chatting here, but Cleona has a lot of information on this collection on their website. And as far as the descriptions go, so everything's kind of laid out as like left, top, and so on and so forth. So the top row, the first shade is a multi-dimensional iridescent shadow with a red, orange, yellow shift interspersed with silver and aqua sparkles. I actually have that shade on my inner corner. That's the shade I decided to use, and I'm actually wearing the Light Scatters palette on my face today. Then we have the next shade, which is a sparkling yellow shadow with an intense blue shift. That's the one I'm wearing on my lid. And then the last shade in that row is a hot orange, peachy yellow, shimmer metallic multichrome, also on my eyes today. And then the middle row is a violet, pink, peachy yellow shifting holographic shadow. Next shade is a muted green base and fine shimmer that shifts from blue, violet, pink, and yellow. And the next shade is a plum pink multichrome that shifts from a bright yellow, gold, lime, aqua. Last row is a bright green, aqua purple shifting multichrome with a soft tan brown base and a touch of fine particle holographic shimmer. A saturated leaf green base and orange, yellow, lime shifting shimmer. And then the last shade is a pink peach, yellow, lime shifting multichrome with a denim blue base. So those are all the shade descriptions of the shadows in the Light Scatters palette. I read that straight off the Cleona website, so hopefully that was helpful to you guys. Now, like I said, I have a look with each of these palettes, so let's go ahead and get into the first look. Okay, so we're going to film a look with the Fearless Holiday palette from Dede Signature. I'm so excited. This swatch beautifully. You guys would have already seen the close-ups and the swatches. So I thought I would maybe play with this color story right here. I'm super tempted to, of course, do like a red-orange look, but trying to do something a little bit different so that we can like switch up the looks. But I love the shade called Pumpkin Patch, so I think that's gonna need to go in the crease, and that's where we'll start off. So let me see how this looks. That is such a pretty shade. Ooh, that is so good. It is so bright. I love it so much. Okay, next I'm gonna go into the shade called Unusual, which is a really pretty like teal blue color. And I'm gonna put that on the outer. Ooh, that shade is pigmented. Holy guacamole. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that like that. I'm gonna blend it out in a second, but I'm gonna put the shade Sprinkles all over the lid. I'm picking it up on this flat brush, and I'm gonna take my Glamlite spray. Ooh, that is so cute. Oh, that is so cute. That's such a pretty color. Okay, and then I'm going to flip the brush over and I'm going to go into the shade, I think I'm going to use Moody Autumn, kind of on the outer part of the lid, just to, oh my gosh, just to, oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that's so cute. The shade is so sparkly. Oh my goodness, Dede. You have really outdone yourself with this color story, I think. So pretty. Okay, so I'm going to take the teal and I'm just going to, oh my, this teal shade is so pigmented. I just put it on and it like went right over the sparkle. It's like, where did the sparkles go? They got eaten up by the teal shade. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of this red shade called Holiday Flavor, and I'm just gonna use it between the teal and the orange. Okay, I do have a little bit of fallout there from that teal color, but that's alright. I'm going to line the waterline quick, and then we'll work on the lower lash line and cleaning everything up. Okay, so I just used Rich Brown from Melt, you know, my favorite brown eyeliner. Are you guys sick of hearing me talk about it yet? Okay, so I'm going to take my little pencil brush from Sigma, and I'm going to go into the orange shade, and we're just going to pile that on right in the inner corner and bring it all the way down. Then I'm gonna go into the red. You know what? I think I have decided that I don't really like the concealer I used today. I've been like humming and hawing about it for a while, but I just feel like it never really does a great job. That's my random tangent. Like, that's how my brain works. Okay, I'm gonna go back into the red. Run that kind of from the halfway point into the outer corner. And then we're going to go in with the teal shade. And this teal color is like beyond. Like, I don't know how to explain how pigmented of a teal shade that is, but it's like intense pigmentation. Like, it kind of reminds me of the, oh my gosh, what is that palette that ABH did that everybody was like freaking out about, calling it a pressed pigment? Like, it's a very pigmented. Okay, it's kind of a wild look, but I kind of love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my mascara and stuff off camera, but I did get a PR package and I'm so excited to show it to you guys. What's Up Beauty came out with 4 blushes and 4 bronzers, and they sent me, I think I asked for 3 blushes and then 2 bronzers just for what goes with my skin tone. So I'm excited because I want to try it out. I did throw on a bit of a powder bronzer already, but I think that's okay. We'll just go ahead and put on a little bit more bronzer because you can never have too much. But this is the shade Tan. This is the shade number 30, so there's 1 shade darker than this, and then there's 2 shades lighter. So I don't think I requested the darkest shade, but I have medium and I have tan because I like to use shades that are kind of close to my skin tone, maybe just 1 shade deeper. So I think the shade medium is what I'm going to use today. And What's Up Beauty also has these gorgeous handmade like Japanese brushes. So they did send me the bronzer brush and the blush brush, and they already have a highlighter brush, which I have. So I'm just going to put this on my face. This is so soft. I don't know if I know how much the brushes are, but I know the bronzer and the blush is $35 per product. But I'm just going to apply that. It's a little bit hard to see because, like I said, I already have a powder bronzer on, but I just wanted to put it on. And then I have 3 blushes to choose from. So I think I'm going to pick this one. I think that's cute, right? It's called Gentle Genova. Actually, let's look at all of them. We've got Relaxed Roma, which looks like a kind of lighter pink. And then we have Serene Sienna, which looks like that. Both of those shades look a little bit light, so I think I'm going to go in with this one because I am super duper curious. Anyways, okay, let's try this one out. So I'm going in. Ooh, that's pretty. It's definitely a little bit more pink than what I usually wear, but it's like a neutrally pink. Oh, that's so pretty. Did you see they posted a little video of how these are made, and it almost looks like they're making cookies. I was like, that's so fun to see the behind the scenes. That is so pretty. And the brush is so soft. Oh my gosh. That is cute. Okay. Okay, What's Up Beauty? Okay, so I need to go find a highlighter. I'm going to spray my face, put on a lipstick, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look with the Dede Signature palette. Okay, friends, here is the finished look. What do you guys think? I really like how it turned out. I was a little bit nervous because I felt like the teal shade was not blending. But once I used a little bit of that red, it married the two shades really well together. I really like how this look turned out. I feel like a fall leaf. Let me tell you really quick what else is on my face in case you guys are curious. So, of course, you know, I've been loving my Chanel Cream Bronzer. I really want to use this a lot more because there's a ton of product in here anyway. And this is like a $50 product. So, want to use that. And then this is the one I accidentally put on before I realized I had the What's Up Beauty Bronzer. This is the NYX bronzer, the Buttermilk bronzer in the shade Butter Biscuit. I will say I don't love the shade selection of these, but this one is kind of a neutral bronzer, and so it works, but it's not my favorite. I do prefer a warmer bronzer, so take that with a grain of salt. For my lip today, I went to the Huda Faux Filler Lip Gloss. I haven't used this in a while. I have the shade, I don't know what the shade is. It's too small and I can't read it, but it's a really pretty brown. I just totally realized I had lip gloss on my teeth, but this is a very glossy lip gloss. You do not need a lot of product and it's very opaque, very shiny. I've seen so many people pick this product up during the Sephora sale or put it in their recommendations. So I had this and I decided to pull it out and use it in this video. My lip liner today is from e.l.f. I really like these lip liners. I can't believe they're $2 and I use mine all the time. And then for foundation and concealer today, I decided to pick something I haven't used in a while. So I'm wearing the Hourglass. This is the Hydrating Skin Tint. This is so nice. I haven't used this in a hot second, so it was really nice to use. But the concealer that I should just declutter this, but the person in me that buys a lot of my makeup is like, no, just like use it even though you don't love it. But this is the Haus Labs concealer. I just don't really like this concealer. I feel like I have better concealers in my collection. I feel like it looks kind of gray on my under eyes. I don't know. And I did even use my Sigma color corrector, so I don't know why. I'm sure you're not seeing it on camera because DSLRs, I don't know, they kind of just like make you look really good even if you're not trying to hide anything. But I don't know, I'm not impressed with this concealer. So if you like this concealer, let me know why, because I feel like it's not that great. And then yeah, my Sigma color corrector. And then, of course, my favorite highlighter. I keep telling myself, like, I should use something else, but I love it so much, and it was expensive. So this is the Armani Luminous Silk Aqua Highlighter in the shade number 2. I kind of want to pick up, they have a rose gold shade, but I'm just waiting because I'm poor, and I don't really need to buy another highlighter right now, but this highlighter is so pretty. And so I've been, like, looking at the other shades to see if there's another one that might work with my skin tone, and yeah, I just love it so much. It's so subtle, so easy to use, and beautiful. So that's everything on my face today as far as the Dede Fearles Holiday palette goes. Now we're gonna get into another look with another palette. Okay, I'm gonna film with the Frozen Kiss palette from Gourmande Girls now, and I've been doing so many icy looks, and I feel like this one's kind of leaning that way too. As per usual, it's like Thanksgiving ended and now we have a bunch of like icy palettes, so I'm here for it. Don't get me wrong, I just think it's funny. So I'm gonna go into, I think I'm gonna do a purpley look. So we'll go into Winter Romance, which is this really pretty pastel-y purple shade. And I kind of have an idea actually, because I was playing with an eye look that I did with the Bella Beaute Bar palette, the Sassy Fairy collab, and I thought that was kind of cool and different from what I usually do, so I thought maybe I should attempt to do something like that. So we'll see how it goes. I'm just taking a blending brush and just kind of covering my crease and lid with this Winter Romance shade first. That is such a pretty lilac shade. I need like a good packer brush so you like pack this purple on. Okay, I really like how that's looking. Now I am gonna take this shade called Coal Snap and I'm gonna use a pencil brush and I'm gonna create a little bit of a wing. We'll see how it goes. This is totally me trying something new, so bear with me. Okay, I wish I could have done a crisper wing. I might just use some makeup remover and try and carve that out, but basically I just brought that purple in a little bit into the lash line just to kind of create like a winged look with some eyeshadow, which I never ever do. But like I said, I want to try something new, so I'm going to try and make it a little bit crisper with this side, but we'll see. I managed to make it work. So I used the shade from Glossier called Muse. This is a pretty pastel purple eyeliner. And I'm going to go back in with my pencil brush and I'm going to go into Cold Snap and I'm just going to run that on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take the shade called Snow Flurries just to switch it up. It's like a really pretty minty shade and I'm going to put that on the inner half of the waterline. This palette has so many interesting shimmer shades. I don't even know which one I'm going to use for my lid, but that's pretty much it for the mattes right now. So let's go ahead and see what I end up doing. I think I'm going to start off with the shade called Snow Globe. It's like this mix of shades. It's like a marbly shade and I'm just going to swirl my brush in that. It's very flaky. I'm going to give it a little spray. I'm going to use the pencil brush and I'm going to see if I could just kind of spread that kind of on the area closest to the waterline. I don't really know what I'm doing, but just trying to place my shimmer shades a little different from what I always do because I see all these Instagram girlies just placing things differently and like really changing up the palette. So I thought let me try and see as well. Okay, so I just did a thin layer of that. Then I want to use, I think, the holochrome shade called Dewdrops. So pretty. It's like a beautiful silvery holochrome. And I think I'm going to put that kind of like right here. And I'm just going to put that on the inner half of the lid. Just kind of making like a little collage of shadows, I think is how I would describe this as. So this is a holochrome purpley shade and I'm just going to bring that on like the inner 2/3 of the lid. Okay, cool. Okay, next I'm gonna go into the shade called, I don't know what that is. Beaute. I don't know. Sorry. I could probably Google it, but it's also like 9 o'clock at night. And I want to film another video after this, so I'm just gonna put that on the rest of the lid. Okay. Huh. The shades are very flaky, very soft, so definitely spray them well. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of Blue Star, which is the dark blue shimmer shade, and I'm going to use that right on the little wing I made, and I'm just going to pull that blue onto the lid. Make a little shimmery eyeliner moment happen. Okay. Huh. That actually kind of turned out cooler than I thought. But hopefully it looks cool on camera because it definitely looks interesting on my side. Not 100% sure, but you know, gotta try something new. Okay, I'm gonna go back into Winter Romance and I'm just gonna press that into the crease here a little bit. I feel like when I use pastel shades, they always get eaten by my skin. So I just want to amp up the pigmentation just a little. That's a very powdery shadow, so take that with a grain of salt, but I don't know. I don't know what I think about it. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna go off camera, finish up this look, and I will be right back to show you what it looks like once I polish it up a little bit. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. What do we think? I really hope this look is as icy as I wanted it to be. I did recently get these earrings at a local craft fair, and I love them so much, and I thought they would be perfect with this look. Yes, I just did have lipstick on my teeth, but it is what it is. Now, let me tell you really quick all the other products I used before I got to the eyeshadow palette. So let's start off with complexion. I've been trying to use this Hourglass Hydrating Skin Tint a little bit more. I really like how this looks on my skin. It's glowy, but it's not overly glowy, so I've been enjoying that a lot. I'm also back on the bandwagon of the Sigma, I think this is the Spectrum Color Corrector, and I actually noticed I have a baby pan here. I just like dig into it so much that you can't really see it, but I swear it's right there, so I'm excited about that. Does this mean I need to get another one? Probably yes. And then I also use the Fenty Wear Even concealer. I haven't used this in a while, so I wanted to try it out and see what my thoughts were on it. And then as far as blush, highlighter, and bronzer go, I use the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. This honestly feels like it's very close to being done, so I kind of want to use it up. And then I use the RMS bronzer as my powder bronzer of the day. And then I thought, since this is an icy look, a pretty pink flush would be beautiful. So I grabbed the Cali Ray blush. This is in the shade Sublime. I bought this during the Sephora sale because so many people were recommending it, and I grabbed this shade because I thought it was a little different from the shades I usually gravitate towards. So far, I think it's a nice blush. It's not like blowing my mind by any means, but it is way more pigmented than I thought, so that's a plus. And then I use one of the highlighters from the Unearthly Gargoyle collection. These highlighters are so pretty. This is Vengeful Violet, and it just has the most beautiful purple shift to it, but it's not too much. And then my lip combo is this NARS lipstick that I found. I think this is old. I don't even know if they sell this formula anymore, but I think this is such a pretty nude shade, so I wanted to wear it. And then I was feeling like my lips were so dry, so I put on a little bit of the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment in the shade Cocoa Cream. And then I also use the Tower 28 Get Set Powder just to set my under eyes and some parts of my face. So that is everything I put on my face to create this look. And now let's get into another look with another palette. Okay, I'm filming a look with the Sundown palette from Alter Ego, and this one's a neutral palette, so it should be pretty quick. I will say this did not swatch as well as I expect a palette to, so I don't know what to expect as far as pigmentation goes, but let's go ahead and get started with the shade called Solar. I'm just gonna put that in my crease. This eye look is gonna be really quick and easy. Okay, pigment. There it is. Oh my goodness. I swear, when I swatched this, I was like, did they make this for brown people? Because they swatch so horribly, but there's that pigmentation. I haven't played with an Alter Ego palette in a hot second. They've sent me at least one other one that I included in my October giveaway because I didn't have time to play with it, but I wanted to include this one in a video for you guys, so I'm putting it in this multiple looks video. Hopefully you guys are interested. I feel like people really like Alter Ego because they do make dupe eyeshadow palettes, and they're like the only brand I feel like that's really survived the test of time. That shade is so pretty, so pigmented. I am shocked, honestly. I was not expecting that at all. And then I'll probably use the shade Shadow on the outer corner just to deepen up this look a little, but I want to play with the shade Prism, which is a multichrome kind of shade, or at least like a heavy duochrome. So I'm going to put that all over the lid to see how vibrant of a duo or multichrome that shade is. Okay, you guys know I always love to wet my shimmer shades. Wow, this went on so nicely. It foiled beautifully. Oh, that's so pretty, the shimmer. That's beautiful. I'm going to put a little bit of Afterglow on top just to add more sparkle. It's just a champagne shade, but I'm going into the shade called Eve, which is the dark brown shade right above the black shade, just to deepen up the outer corner a little bit. So here's the shade Eve, and then shadow is the black shade. Okay, the black shade is definitely better on the outer corner than Eve. This is so pretty. Oh my goodness. I really like this look. I am so shocked. I was not expecting to like this palette because of how badly it's swatched, but I'm so glad that I tried it out. So I'm just going to line the waterline quick and do the under eyes off camera, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay friends, so here is the finished look with the Sundown palette from Alter Ego. Let me know what you think. I'm always so curious. So I really like how this turned out. I think this is the perfect look for any festive nighttime activity, whether you're doing a date night or maybe you're attending a holiday party. I think this would be a great base as far as a look goes. So let me tell you everything I used to create the rest of this makeup look. So I've got a mix of new products and old products, and some of these are going to be repeats from previous looks in this video, but I'm trying to use some of these things up a little bit. So I did go back to the Hourglass Veil Skin Tint because it's so good, and same with the Charlotte Tilbury Contour one. Just trying to use that a little bit more. Same with the Sigma Color Corrector, and I did grab the Laura Mercier concealer. This is the Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Concealer. Another one that I think is just okay. It's not like a favorite product, but I thought I'd mention it. My lip color today is the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip. This is from the Haunted Mansion collection, and it's the shade Summoned Spirits. So I thought a deep red shade would be perfect for a holiday look. And then for bronzer, I'm wearing the Physicians Formula bronzer. And for highlighter, I did reach for the one in my Lotus palette from Hourglass this year. And then for blush, I actually did film my November haul video, and I broke into this little Say mini blush set. And I'm wearing the shade Flirty from this little set. So that was really fun to try out. I did create a little reel. Here's the 3 shades swatched on the back of my hand. I actually have Chili in a full size, so I think I'm going to throw this into my November giveaway because I don't need to have 2 copies of it. But this set was so cute, and I believe it was $30, so if it's still available, I would recommend grabbing it with the Sephora coupon that they're going to have for the holiday season. So that is the finished look. Now let's get into another look with another palette. Okay, so we're going to film look number 4 with the Cleona collaboration with Bat to the Brow. And I did grab my other Cleona palettes to pull some matte shades to kind of round off this look. I honestly feel like this is going to be super duper simple because I'll probably just do a matte shadow all over the lid and then top it with one of these beautiful shimmer shades. And Cleona did also come out with a Shine On Shimmer Eyeshadow Enhancer with this collection with Millie, so I'm very excited to try it. I've already tried one of the shades in this palette. I wore it on Thanksgiving, so it's definitely just a palette full of beautiful multi-chromes. Great for if you're a one and done eyeshadow kind of person. I'm not going to say no pressure because Millie has amazing eyeshadow skills, especially with multi-chrome. She's like the queen of multi-chromes. So it only makes sense that she did the palette she did. I'm going to go into this shade called Nomad in the Archeo palette, and I'm just going to kind of stamp that on all over my crease and my lid a little bit. How are you guys doing this holiday season so far? I know holidays will be here before we even know it, and I'm just wondering, like, are you guys coping okay? Are you done with all your shopping for the kiddos? I would love to hear if you are a parent, especially of toddlers. Like, what are you getting your kids for the holidays? Because I would love some ideas. I am pretty much done shopping for the girls. I got some really good deals on toys. So I did get them some stuff, and I was almost considering like doing a little haul because I thought that people might be inspired to get some things that I got my kids. Our kids are so blessed because they do have a lot of like the bigger items. We've bought them like a nugget. We have one of those like Montessori sets. We have a Tony box. So we've gotten them those types of things over the past couple of years. We just got them bunk beds, so that's been super fun. For the holidays, I'm just getting them like a few toys each just so they have something to like open. And of course, Santa. I thought it might be fun for other people to get ideas as well. We'll see. Maybe I'll film that. Okay, so this yellow is so pretty, and then all I'm gonna do is put this multichrome shade on. It's so pretty. It's like yellow to purple multichrome, and it looks super sparkly. So I'm going to put on some of this on the lid, and I'm just going to try and tap it on because I don't want it to lift the matte shadow that's on my lid. I like to use a matte shadow as almost like a base. So we'll do that. And then Millie's got this really great set of brushes that if you have really small eyes, I think she has like hooded small eyelids, so she created like an amazing brush set for that, really tiny brushes. I was going to use those, but I think I'm actually going to use a big flat paddle brush because I want to really kind of put that multi-chrome on like all over my lid. So I'm not going to spray it, I'm just going to tap it on. Is it shifting blue? It's purple and yellow is what I saw. Oh, that's so pretty. I hope it's picking up. Okay, so I feel like this look is just as subtle as I thought it was gonna be, and I hope that's okay, but it's kind of the vibe I was thinking I was gonna get from this, and this is just like an easy way to use a multi-chrome shadow, in my opinion, is throw on a matte and then just top it with a beautiful shimmery shadow like this. I could deepen it up just a tish bit. So let me see if I have a brown shade I could use. I'll probably use this one called Erosion. I'm just going to take this brush from Millie's set, and I'll see if I can just kind of run that on the outer corner. This isn't a very dark brown. It's more like a terracotta shade, but I'll just put a little bit on the outer corner. Okay, so that shade is super pretty, but I kind of want something a little bit more punchy on the lids. And I feel like that yellowy shade is more of like a sheer color. So I'm going to go into the shade right next to it, and I'm just going to spray it and put it on top. I know, I'm totally just like changing this look, but oh yeah. Oh, that's so pretty. This is like more of a traditional multi-chrome. It's got like beautiful pink shifts and bronziness to it. That is so pretty. I'm just topping multi-chromes on top of each other. It's totally normal, right? Oh, that one's pretty. See, that shade's like more my vibes. Not gonna lie. The yellow one was super pretty too, but okay, this is definitely more of like a whimsical look than what I'm used to doing, but I'm going to go ahead and line my waterline quick. finish up this look, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay friends, so here is the finished look. What do we think? I'm so curious to know your thoughts. I'm also wearing another new pair of earrings. I picked these up at a local like Christmas market, and the name of the artist is Esmery Art. And I'll try and find her Instagram. I think she has an Etsy. I don't know, but I will try and find it and link it down below in case you guys are interested. But I don't have any Santa earrings, and I thought these were so cute. And they were doing 3 for $25, which I thought was a good deal because I feel like sometimes handmade earrings can get really pricey, especially like the clay ones. So anyways, I thought that was a good deal, and these are so cute. And then I got those snowflakes from her, as well as these really cool celestial snakes that I've been wearing in videos. But anyways, I think those are fun. Let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today. What did I use to create the rest of this look? So I've been trying to rotate through my collection, use some things. I know the Sephora sale or like coupon starts today, so I've been trying to test out more things that I have that are available at Sephora. So for complexion, I just went back to this old foundation because my friend's been talking about this and how much she loves it. And so I was like, I should grab that and use this. So this is the Hourglass Soft Glow Foundation. I have it in the shade 11. This is like my winter shade, and I think this is a great shade match for me. This foundation is glowy, but not super glowy, and I think it's just a very beautiful foundation. True to Hourglass, it has kind of like a soft blur effect to it, and I remember loving this when it first launched, so I thought I'd pull it out and wear it today. I'm wearing the Laura Mercier concealer. This is the Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Concealer. I bought this because the foundation was super viral, and so I was curious about the concealer. I think the concealer is okay. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad. And then of course I've been using my Sigma color corrector. I realized that I actually have pan in both sides now, so I better go looking for my backup of that. I never thought I would ever hit pan on anything, let alone a concealer. For eyeliner today, I'm wearing another shade from Glossier. This is the one I bought originally. It's called Ochre, and it's a really pretty mustard eyeliner shade. So for bronzer today, we have a really affordable powder bronzer. This is a Physicians Formula bronzer, and then I'm trying to use up the contour one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is my cream bronzer today. For blush and highlighter, I have 2 products you can also snag during this last Sephora coupon if you're interested. So I have the LYS little mini blush set that they launched over the holidays, and this is the shade Focus. It's a really pretty nudie bronzy blush shade, and it has a bit of glow to it, so I love that. And then I'm wearing the Gucci highlighter in the shade Warm Gold. I don't know that this is like the best highlighter ever, but it does have a really nice sheen to it. I would definitely recommend the Armani highlighter. I think that's the one you should get if you're wanting to pick one up with your Sephora coupon. And of course, my lip shade is my current favorite nude shade. This is Ginger Snap from Cosmic Beauty. This is a part of their holiday collection, so you can pick it up in the set with the entire collection, or you can just grab this lip product, but I love these types of nudes. So that is everything that I used to create this look. Okay friends, so now that we've seen a look with every single palette, let's go ahead and break it down really quickly. I have them all here with me, so let's just go in order just to keep it simple. So the first palette that you saw a look with was the Fearless Holiday palette. Like I said, this one is already sold out on the Dede Signature website, so suffice to say it was a hit. I don't know when it's coming back. I'll see if I can find out and let you guys know, but right now it looks like this is sold out, so you can't get your hands on it, but kudos to everybody that did grab it because I think you're in for a treat. I saw a lot of people comparing this to every other holiday palette out there, and like I said, I don't really like to compare because I think every palette is special in their own way. I think every brand does their own spin on things, even though they can be similar. Now, the special thing about this brand, I think, is that it is a Black-owned brand, and I feel like Dede really takes the time to make sure that all her eyeshadows really show up on different skin tones. And I think that she really loves eyeshadow and makeup herself because she's always doing looks with her makeup on her Instagram. So I think that's good because it gives me kind of inspiration, and I love supporting indie brands, and I love seeing owners really enjoying the products that they make and just enjoying makeup. So I really love that about this brand. I also love that they took a break and they came back better than ever before, and they also restocked some of their other palettes. So if you're eyeing anything from Dede Signature, definitely take a look. They're a up and coming brand in my eyes, and this is a beautiful palette. I think the pigmentation is great. Like I said, the shimmers are lovely. They're those like buttery shimmers that just like foil on, and the mattes are really beautiful and pigmented. So those are my thoughts on the new Dede Holiday palette. Let's go ahead and talk about the next palette I tried in this video, which is the Gourmande Girls Frozen Kiss palette. I think that this is such a cool concept, and pun intended, I guess. It is a cool frosty concept. I really want to take a picture of this and stick this palette in the snow, but it's been so, well, it hasn't been so cold, but like we had a squall here, which is like some kind of winter storm, and so there's just like an excessive amount of snow, and I haven't been outside in a few days, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like to burrow in and stay inside when it gets a little bit chilly. Also, like trying to get your kids out in the winter is no joke, okay? Especially toddlers, because they're mostly helpless and you have to like take their coats on before you put them in their car seat, and it's just like such a process. I feel like I need like 2, 3, 4 extra sets of hands because one is always running, or one needs like a hat and they won't wear it. It's the whole thing. Let me not go on about that right now. But anyways, I think this is a fun switch up. I feel like they've done so many like spooky palettes, and they did a very colorful neon palette with Steph for her collab. So I think this is a fun switch up for Gourmande Girls, kind of showing us their more, what do I want to call it, like cool tone, sultry side with this palette. I think this is going to be a hit. So if you want to get your hands on this one, I think this is launching at noon today. I will, again, put all the information in the description box if you guys are interested. I think they did a really cool job with this packaging too. I think it's really fun. I love that Gourmande Girls is like doing this format because I love when my palettes are all the same size. I just love that aesthetic when I can like look at a section in my collection and I know exactly what brand all the palettes are from. Okay, my kids are screaming, don't mind them. Okay, next is the Sundown palette from Alter Ego. Like I said, I feel like this was the one I was most surprised by because I haven't tried an Alter Ego palette in a hot second. I think the last one I tried was the very colorful one. I can't remember what that one was called, but I was a little bit anxious because the swatches really bamboozled me. But this palette is so beautiful. I love the pigmentation. The shimmers are lovely. I wouldn't say that the shimmers are up to the same quality as the other palette that this is a dupe of. I hate talking about the fact that it's a dupe. I don't want the dupe factor to be the selling point of this palette because I don't really know how to feel about the fact that it's a dupe. I can empathize with people that don't want to spend $65 on a palette, and I can also see it from a brand's perspective because if I like poured my blood, sweat, and tears into designing a palette and then somebody came up with the same color story, it would bother me. But I also get it from my subscribers' point of view that not everybody wants to pay a high price for an eyeshadow palette. So what do we do, right? I mean, we can't round up everybody that's carrying a fake Louis Vuitton bag around because it's not fair. So it is what it is, but this palette is beautiful on its own. I don't think it matters that we need to compare it to the expensive one. I think that for 24 bucks, you're getting solid eyeshadows. I also think this packaging is so pretty. I don't know what it is about the leaves, actually. I just realized like these packages are so similar, but somehow to me, the Sundown palette just looks more aesthetic. But I swear, like, look at that. That's so funny that it's like the same fall leaves. I didn't notice that until literally right now. So those are all my thoughts on the Alter Ego palette. Last but not least is the Light Scatter palette from Cleona and Bad to the Brow. So this palette does retail for $65.40, which I feel like is a really good price point for trying 9 different multichromes from Cleona. I know Cleona to me is like the godfather of multichromes. I don't know if lots of other brands were doing multichromes when they started their stained glass collection. I definitely know that a lot of brands have launch multi-chromes since they started the stained glass collection, but to me, in my mind, as somebody that's been doing this for quite some time, Cleona was like the birthplace of multi-chromes. You can find me in the comments, but it is what it is. And I feel like Bat to the Brow is our source for multi-chrome reviews. I think she's made that a big part of her YouTube channel as well as her Instagram. So this totally makes sense as a collaboration to me. And I think they did such a great job. I think she picked some really unique multi-chromes, which is honestly hard to do these days because I feel like there's so many multi-chromes and so many different price points and things like that. So if you are still like starting out in the multi-chrome arena, look at this palette because I think it might really be a great way to start and a really good price point as well. And I think Cleona is letting you use codes with that collection, so you might be able to save a little bit as well. So those are all of my thoughts on these 4 palettes that I tried, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely give me some feedback. I already have 4 other indie palettes that were sent to me in PR that I'm going to start working on doing a similar video with, so I can't wait for that. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season. I will see you guys in another video, maybe tomorrow. Sometime this weekend for sure. I want to post my November haul, so keep your eyes peeled for that. If you have some more time, YouTube should be popping up some videos and playlists for you guys to enjoy. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please go ahead and do so. I'm trying to hit 14,000 by the end of the year. It's probably not going to happen, but it doesn't mean that I can't try. So hopefully subscribe if you aren't subscribed, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye, friends!